Tomorrow will be a somber day for Catholics all around the world as the funeral service for Pope Francis gets underway. And joining me now to talk more about what we can expect in this sacred ritual, Dr. Benjamin Peters, the professor of religious studies right at the University of St. Joseph. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us, Professor.
Thank you.
What an undertaking. Every world leader going. How do Vatican officials prepare for tomorrow's funeral?
Well, I think virtually this is not their first time they've had to handle a gathering of this size, and so I think between the Italian government and the Roman police and then the Vatican City police, but they are expecting, besides the 130 or so world leaders and dignitaries, another almost 200,000 people they're expecting to kind of gather in St. Peter's Square. And then I just read an article that said, and then another 200 to 300,000 people gathered along the route between St. Peter's and where the Pope will be buried. So there'll be a massive gathering of people from all over the world. And so, but again, as I said, I think if anywhere is prepared for such an event, it's the Vatican.
Absolutely. Well, where does the attention turn to after the burial? How long do you think before conclave begins, and what will that process look like?
Well, so after the funeral mass and the Pope is buried, there's usually a 9-day kind of mourning period where various other masses will go on in the Vatican. And then once that's concluded, then the dean of the College of Cardinals, and who right now is an Italian cardinal named Giovanni Battista Re, he'll call the other cardinals, most of whom will already be in the Vatican. They'll have come for the funeral. He'll call them to gather for the conclave, to gather in the Sistine Chapel. Where the doors will be locked in, but where, because of the recent movie, I think a lot of us have some insight into what maybe that looks like and what that could kind of be like. But they'll stay there until they've elected a pope, and they'll keep voting until one of the cardinals is given the 2/3 majority, and the rest of us will be outside staring at our computers, looking at a small chimney on the roof of the Sistine Chapel and watching smoke and trying to discern if it's black smoke, which means that they haven't yet elected a pope, or white smoke, and which means Habemus Papam, we have a new pope.
Yeah, real quick, because we're almost out of time. A lot of people are watching Conclave, one of the most streamed movies right now. Anything like the real thing?
Well, I've never been at the real thing, but from what I've heard, it is pretty accurate, except that in the movie, the rug is red. In the real Sistine Chapel, it's more beige. But
okay. One important note, okay? And of course, there's a big surprise ending, which I will not spoil for Conclave. All right. And we want to bring you live coverage from the Vatican beginning at 3:45. Thank you so much for being with us, Professor. We're going to have that live coverage starting at 3:45 on Channel 3. You can watch it bright and early. You also find your local news and weather during that time right on our sister station. That'll be on the WAXX and streaming on WFSB Plus and on our WFSB app. Now let's look ahead to next weekend.